Like, I don't know, like, this video is called Andrew Tate's Life is Falling Apart. My favorite thing on the internet I have ever heard is when Andrew Tate fled to Romania and he put out a video saying, "You guys will never find me. You guys will never stop me," and all this other shit that he was saying. And for unfucking known reason, he ordered pizza from a local place and they handed it to him in the video. Now, thank God I'm not Andrew Tate, but if I was him, I would have said, "Do not hand me this pizza. Let's redo this entire take and don't hand me the box." Plus, Andrew Tate is the person that says he wants everything presented to him. Why is he being handed the pizza box with the logo of the local pizza place, and instead of just like taking the time, taking the pizza out, putting it on a plate? That would have like at least hit him. At least. But instead, his people handed him a pizza box with the logo of the local. It wasn't even a big chain pizza place. It was a one store only in Romania that only had this pizza box logo on it. And that's how he got caught. And ever since then, it's been going on a downward train. So I want to see this. Andrew Tate's life is falling apart.
Innocent men don't run, they clear their name in court. That was Andrew Tate's message from a private jet in March 2025. Exactly 484 days later, US Marshals surrounded him outside a bare-knuckle boxing event, placed him in handcuffs.
Oh yeah, he left
to federal custody.
He left his home and he's not supposed to. He has like an ankle monitor.
As of this recording, Andrew and his brother, Tristan, are sitting in a holding cell awaiting extradition to the UK, where they are expected to face 59 charges ranging from forcing himself onto women to the alleged possession of CSAM. Just when they thought they had escaped it all and were publicly celebrating their freedom, it was all taken away from them in an instant. Now, it looks like this could be the beginning of the end for the Tate brothers. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today, we're going into the latest news surrounding the Tate brothers, and revealing not only what led up to it, but what's in store for their future.
You know, I'm going to point this out. It's funny that they mentioned the Tate brothers, even though Andrew Tate's brother, I think, is older than him, but it's always either Andrew Tate or the brothers, but it's never of, like, what the other brother's doing. He's always doing the same thing as Andrew Tate. And one thing that was pointed out, he's not his own person. Like he just does the same thing his brother does within that. And I remember a while back there was like a video explaining the I forgot what he called his university. It was like something about like men leading the charge or something, and it was like something I always questioned. Why was the brother getting so much money from this, and what is he doing for it? He called it like a university, and it was like a charge thing on his Discord server that he would charge people to like learn how to be a man, and alpha male. That's what it was. Of teaching you how to be a quote unquote alpha male.
If you've spent any amount of time on social media over the past 4 years, you've probably heard of Andrew Tate whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste 20 minutes recapping his entire life just to pad the runtime. Andrew and Tristan Tate are British-American brothers who went from being fairly successful kickboxers to becoming two of the most recognizable figures on the internet. You know the rest. Hustlers University,
that's what the Discord was called.
And millions of dollars generated from teenagers that had nothing better to watch during lockdown. In 2022, Romanian authorities raided their properties and charged both brothers with human trafficking, grape, and forming an organized crime group.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Prosecutors allege they...
I'm curious, how many girls is it now that came out? Because like it started with 1, then it went to 7. The last time I heard of the number of people that he's done this to was 32. And most of the time, the reason why it was counted as like the S word for that is because he would have them stay at the house and just dance all day, even in an empty room. And if they were not dancing in the room, even when nobody was in there, they would essentially not be paid. But I'm not how sure that true that is. But it was like a whole thing within that.
Used what's known as the lover boy method, presenting themselves as romantic partners to lure women to Romania before coercing them into producing online adult content and taking the majority of the profits for themselves. Allegations like this weren't a one-off thing for the Tates, and it seems their past has come back to haunt them.
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing?
Hey, Tate.
Tristan, anything to say?
I'm really surprised they did not say anything about that, because like the brother, when Andrew Tate says something, the brother would just repeat what Andrew would say a lot. And that was the thing that always questioned me about the brother.
To the footage itself, there are several wild details packed into just a few seconds. The first thing you'll notice is the person filming asking Andrew for an autograph. It's still unclear whether the person recording was working with law enforcement or was simply an actual bystander, but either way, it had the same effect. Andrew immediately slips into fan mode, assuming he's about to sign yet another mouth breather's autograph.
Another mouth breather?
He spots the officers closing in. The entire thing appears to have been a carefully planned ambush. Within seconds, undercover agents surround him from every direction. Having been through legal trouble before, Andrew seems to recognize what's happening almost instantly. His first instinct is to hand his phone to one of his bodyguards, before the officers can seize it. He doesn't make it though. The phone slips out of his hand and falls to the ground, where one of the undercover officers, or potentially an event security guard, picks it up. Then there's another moment that's almost comical. You can see his friend Justin Waller trying to pull Andrew's chain over his head before he's fully detained. Instead, it gets caught on the top of his head and ends up dangling awkwardly from his bald scalp, while officers continue escorting him away. They say pride comes before a fall, and in the case of the Tate brothers, it couldn't be more true. Over the past couple of years, the Tates have been using the fact that they weren't in prison yet as proof that they are innocent and stretching any outcome or delay into claims of being exonerated and free, with Andrew taking it to Twitter to make multiple tweets taunting his accusers. Romania, no case. UK, no case. USA, no case. 4 months in jail, 3 years locked in my house. I'm one of the most mistreated.
You couldn't even stay in your house though. Like at one point in time, you left your Romania house to go back to Florida, your Florida house. And that went against your thing and you fought it so much. So then your lockdown started in the US again for like an additional 3 years.
Men in history. I am in Miami. At Gov Ron DeSantis, find probable cause and arrest me. Tell that weak little twig AG to stop pretending he's a man on the news and come arrest me. Then charge me with a crime. I dare you to arrest and charge me so I can clear my name in a court of law. Come get me. I'm home and waiting all day. For people that don't have the full context, this may come across as legit. If it was a criminal that actually did something, surely he would be prosecuted, right? Well, let's just say there's a reason why he was recently arrested.
I messaged her. She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a f. Know about me. 21, I don't care.
What the fuck?
He starts lying and saying all these 16-year-old women or 18-year-old women, whatever the law is in America. 18?
It's 18 usually. You get married at 16.
All right, in Romania, it's 16.
Jesus Christ. If I remember correctly, one of the victims was 17. I didn't know he went as low as 16. Oh my God. Ew, I agree. Ew, what the fuck? Dude, you're saying 16 while you're 21. I'm sorry, but if you got the mind of a 21-year-old, wouldn't you want someone who's at least 21 so you can go out to like bars together instead of saying, no, this one can't even enter? What the fuck?
Sorry. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we felt whatever, we're in love. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh. Oh god. Ugh. Oh. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I feel fucking gross right now. Just hearing this. Holy shit. Oh. You really got the Dr. Disrespect mindset, don't you? Oh god. Ugh. Ugh.
Bruh. One of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17.
Seriously though, how is he not in prison yet? To understand how he was even free to walk around in Miami, we have to rewind to 2023, when the Tate brothers were placed under a travel ban while Romanian authorities worked through their criminal cases. That ban was lifted in early 2025. Which is pretty
oh, it's
shocking
lifted.
to look at why. According to a New York Times article, the decision was reportedly influenced by the Romanian government's desire to, quote, appease the current US administration. Richard Grenell, a diplomatic envoy for the Trump administration, is said to have discussed the Tate's case with senior Romanian officials, including an advisor to the Prime Minister and the country's foreign minister. After those conversations, an extraordinary order allegedly came down from the highest levels of the Romanian government, instructing prosecutors to find a, quote, compromise with the brothers. Andrew Tate even claimed in private text messages that the Trump administration was, quote, on top of things, and that he would be free soon, because, in his words, Trump needs to see me in Miami. Legally, there was another major factor. By that,
Yeah, but like if your thing got lifted in Romania, you still have the same cases in 2 other countries. Like, you would only be free of one country, but once that's done, officials from those countries would still come get you.
point, the prosecution's case had largely fallen apart. In late 2024, a Romanian judge threw out the original 2003 indictment for human trafficking, citing procedural mistakes. That ruling prevented the case from moving to trial in its existing form. However, a separate investigation involving allegations of trafficking minors and money laundering was still ongoing, but it had not yet resulted in an active indictment.
I think the money laundering was proven that he did do that because of the university that he did. That was proven because somebody did do like a deep dive investigation of that Discord server where he does like his quote unquote courses of being an alpha male, and they did like a really good investigation where they looked at the entire Discord server, and they even got one of the teachers, and I use that very loosely right now, teachers, of just reading off a script that one of the Tate brothers gave to him, probably the brother, that it was like really nothing of that, and one of the teachers just had a pre-recorded video that they had to use like as a break, and they were supposed to answer questions after, and they come back with like different clothes because they played just a video for it, and all of this you had to pay for. And I don't remember the pricing of this, but even the teachers, they did get paid, but they got paid so little within that.
Experts described this as a, quote, lull in the proceedings, meaning there was technically no live indictment against the brothers when they requested permission to travel. So, in short, Romanian prompted the case so badly that the Tate brothers were ultimately allowed to leave the country. Whether the current US administration was quietly pulling strings behind the scenes is still up for debate.
I doubt it.
Though, it's hard not to wonder if letting them travel ended up being a 4D chess move.
Unless you're like I honestly believe, unless you're like the most wanted person in the US, which I don't think Tate, as shitty as the things that he's done, I don't think he would be high up on that list to do that, but I could be wrong.
By allowing them into the United States, it may have made it easier for authorities to pursue extradition later. Who knows? What matters is during those months of freedom, and even before their initial travel ban release, the Tates had been desperately trying to make as much money as humanly possible, as well as battle.
Gotta pay those lawyer fees, they win at the end.
If you thought the legal cases were the only thing dragging Tate down, somehow it gets even more embarrassing. Around the same time his criminal charges were hanging over his head, he decided the obvious next business venture was crypto, which is funny because this is the same guy who had spent years saying he would never promote scam coins and that he wasn't like all the other influencers.
He went the FaZe Banks route.
Audiences. That position changed pretty quickly once the money started drying up. Suddenly, Andrew Tate was promoting coin after coin, with the most infamous one being called Daddy Coin. The biggest problem for Tate wasn't people making fun of the name, although there was plenty of that. It was when CoffeeZilla started digging into it in October 2024. Tate insisted—
the Batman of the internet, CoffeeZilla. And I think that lawsuit between CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul is still going on. I'm not entirely sure, because Logan Paul did say he was suing CoffeeZilla for calling out his dino egg thing. I don't fully remember, but it was proven that Logan Paul's crypto thing was a rug pull scam, and Logan Paul just did not like it. I don't know if he's like paid back anybody that he said he would do. He said he would pay back everybody, and then along with a lawsuit to CoffeeZilla. I don't know if that still is going on.
It was simply helping his followers make money, but the blockchain activity and promotional posts painted a very different picture of Tate, essentially rug-pulling his most dedicated followers. Instead of addressing the criticism, Tate completely melted down. He leaked CoffeeZilla's email address, encouraged his followers to spam him, and uploaded videos doubling down on promoting Daddy Coin. As if that wasn't enough, things somehow got even worse with the real world. Tate's rebranded version of Hustlers University. The platform was marketed as an exclusive community where members could supposedly learn to escape the quote matrix and become financially free. In reality, it looked more like a Discord clone layered with subscriptions, rankings, tokens, and enough gamification to keep people paying every month. Then, the entire thing got hacked. Because the platform was reportedly running outdated software with known security vulnerabilities, hackers were able to gain access far more easily than anyone expected. They flooded the site with memes, altered emojis across the platform, and generally turned the place into complete chaos, while members watched in real time. The hackers leaked roughly 14 gigabytes of internal data, including over 800,000 user email addresses, private messages, and information connected to Tate's exclusive War Room community. Members who had paid thousands of dollars for supposed privacy suddenly found their information exposed online. Fast forward to December of 2025, Tate decided to step into a boxing ring with influencer Chasty Moore. Despite constantly portraying himself as an unbeatable fighter and one of the toughest men on the internet,
so does Jake Paul. And Jake Paul mostly fights for tired people. That's why I'm so happy the memes of the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was a thing of like him being paid for taking a dive. Like there was somebody who made like a video about that, like a little animation thing. I have only seen 2 fights of Jake Paul. One of them was with KSI's brother, Deji. And I think Deji lost that one. I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen that one. And the other one I saw was the Mike Tyson fight. The Mike Tyson fight, that was hard to watch, honestly, because the entire fight, Mike Tyson just held onto his glove with his teeth. Like, I don't even remember if I even, like, finished that entire fight. I just waited till the end later on to, like, hear what happened. And surprise, surprise, a retired fighter lost against Jake Paul. Like, I think Jake Paul has only lost, like, 2 fights, I think. And this is around the time of the Mike Tyson thing. I don't know.
The exhibition ended up doing more damage to his ego than any court already had. Chase was bigger, more aggressive, and repeatedly pushed the pace, while Tate struggled to establish any real control. Clips of Tate getting backed up around the ring spread everywhere online, and the fight quickly became another example people pointed to whenever he talked about being an unstoppable alpha male. With all that in mind, it comes as no surprise that the Tate brothers were arrested in Miami. It's almost like they were suddenly jolted awake from this fantasy they had been living in, where they thought they had escaped the reach of the law. Sure, they were getting humiliated left and right, but as long as they weren't sitting in a jail cell, none of it really mattered. They could still plan yacht parties, host events, network with influential people, and carry on like nothing had happened. Now, that's all over. This wasn't just a wake-up call about where Andrew Tate stands legally, it was also a wake-up call about his popularity. Almost immediately.
To be honest, I think Andrew Tate is so used to his lifestyle of having other people do stuff for him that he honestly probably believed that he could just pay a lawyer and lawyer can just go to court for him and he doesn't have to do a thing. And he probably also thought with the fact that Romania lifted their whole like spiel on him and he's back in Miami, that he can do what he wants and just let everything play out of people doing stuff for him. I think he's just so used to that lifestyle that that's what he wanted to do. And the wake-up call is you have to do shit. That's the wake-up call for it.
Immediately after the arrest, people across Twitter and other social media platforms started making fun of him.
The Matrix is after me!
Myself included, because, let's be honest, that might be one of the fruitiest outfits a man has ever worn. Some people even claim
that's also, hold on, that's also very true, because Andrew Tate, like around like the time he got arrested for the first time with the pizza thing, that's when I learned like he always did saying like men should never dress fruity, men should never do this and that. What is his outfit choice? He's showing so much of his ankles. The audacity of him showing his ankles. That or he's getting ready for his prison time. I think it's option B, he's getting ready for his prison time, to be honest with you. Plus, honestly, he talks so much about how things price tag has to be so much. 17, I think this is pounds, and $12. Only 2 digits, Andrew Tate. Oh, how could you? You always did say that you only wore the most expensive things. This is Walmart expensive.
The exact outfit on a women's clothing website. Then, the courtroom sketch was released, and people immediately started clowning on Tristan Tate's failed hair transplant. They really couldn't help themselves, and who can blame them?
Oh my god, the dude, hold on.
Failed hair transplant. They really couldn't help themselves.
The brother got a hair transplant and he still has a 9 head? Like, hold on, look at me. Dude has like a 9 head. What is this? Dude had to like come out of that, was like, yeah, this looks good, I like it. Yeah, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, yeah.
And who can blame them? Following the arrest, the Tate's legal representative, Joseph McBride, released a public statement saying, "We are of course objecting to extradition because Andrew and Tristan are innocent. We are working to get them out of there as soon as possible." Just as
and there's his clear check.
A side note, Joseph McBride actually has a YouTube channel that you can go look at right now.
No way!
With AI generated thumbnails, and most of the videos barely.
Of course it's fucking AI. Of course it's fucking AI. Like, oh my god, why are we using AI for thumbnails? I make my own thumbnails. It's not hard. Why? Why are we using AI for thumbnails? And like I know like VTubing is like recently getting like this whole thing where they're separating the VTubers who use AI for stuff. And there's people that you can obviously tell that they're using AI for. At most what I do, and like me and Gigi did this the same day. I got reminded of like, oh, I probably should update my VOD thumbnails because like they're all like outdated and everything for that. The regular videos I try to put out daily for that, I do make those thumbnails the day of for it. It's not hard to do. It takes like maybe 5 minutes of your time to make a thumbnail. The only thing that's hard about a thumbnail is your first time making a thumbnail, because there are certain ways to like catch people's attention with thumbnails. I look at a thumbnail and I see AI, I'm immediately clicking off of it. Like I won't watch it, because then I'm just going to think how much of this video was made with AI within it. Because then that tells me there was no love and passion for the video.
Crack triple digits in views. Some don't even reach 100. It's exactly the kind of YouTube channel you would expect Andrew Tate's lawyer.
I'm trying to think, like how many, there's a few videos I have that reached a few hundred, like I think like some videos have like an average of like 400 to 500. There was like a couple that almost broke like 1,000, and my God, I was so excited for that. But oh God, I'm trying to think like what's the highest view video I have. I know there's one out there of me doing a podcast like a year ago that reached like 5,000 viewers. I know that, but here's the thing within that. You're even using AI for your thumbnails and you can't even break 100 for that. Yes, breaking 100 for like any type of a creator is like a holy sin, because then you see like the triple digit of the video, but it's just like a whole thing on that. The VODs, I get it. Like the VODs don't really do much for that. I upload the VODs on there because I have talked about of Twitch automatically deleting VODs, and then I want people to like still see the VODs up there. So I upload the VODs, and I'm just like, if they see it, hooray. If not, they were probably already here. But like, holy crap.
To have. Tate has also responded to the arrests by having someone post things like, "If I was really a sexual predator like grooming gangs, Prince Andrew, BBC presenters, or Lord Mandelson, Epstein's best friend, the British police would not be hunting me around the globe. They would be protecting me." Of course, it's probably his legal PR team running the accounts right now. I seriously doubt he has access to his phone. The replies to that post are also locked, which is pretty funny considering how much he talks about free speech. Elon Musk even replied to someone quoting the post, calling it his quote, strongest argument. Around the same time, a 3-hour interview with Tate that he prepared before being arrested was released, where he spends hours talking about how the Matrix and the global elites are coming after him. The timing of that interview feels especially strange. It almost comes across like there's a coordinated effort to repair Andrew's public image, which is funny because that's exactly the kind of operation he always claims is working against him. Meanwhile, the richest man on the planet is publicly siding with him, or at the very least showing empathy for his situation. Remember when I mentioned earlier that Tate supposedly said Trump wanted to see him or needed him in Miami? Well, it turns out that's not the case. Trump essentially said he will not step in to stop the Tates from being returned to the United Kingdom after their arrest. The future for the Tates is looking extremely grim. The walls are finally closing in on them after all these years. If they are found guilty of these charges, they very well could serve life in prison, as 10 of Andrew's charges carry life sentences. The British government very likely wants to make an example of them to show the world that people like the Tate brothers cannot get away with essentially bragging about sex trafficking women, allegedly.
I messaged her, she's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a know about me. 21, I don't care.
Will the Tates finally
That's
get
so
the
fucked.
justice they deserve? Or do they somehow have an ace in the hole that could get them out of this jam? For now, all we can do is wait and see. But if I had money to bet, I would wager that Top G is slated to become a bottom very soon.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantic.
If you want to stay updated, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out, as I'll be posting updates on my channel.
Damn. Wow, there was a lot more in there than what I knew. But then again, I don't really know much of Andrew Tate at all. I just know about the pizza box thing, but holy shit. Oh my god, there is... Damn.